And welcome to another episode of Papi Jae Wize El Jefe. I
I'm
am
Papi Jae,
WIZE.
and I'm Papi.
And today we're going to start off this show with something it's trending topics, actually. Ime Udoka, the coach of the Boston Celtics, has been suspended for 1 year. But we both know he's fired. We both think he's going to be fired. It's like 99.9999999% that he's gonna be fired.
Yeah, when he sneezes next year, it's gonna be over.
And it's little pieces of photo not coming out. When they first came out, was he was having an affair with a staffer and little stuff here and there. Like, what do we think is going on? Like, what's up? Like, what have you heard?
From what I heard, he in trouble. Nah, it's complicated because I watched the press conference, and there's more to it, man. It's a lot of anger in there, and I understand the not fraternizing with coworkers or not partaking in sexual anything with a coworker. My problem with him is sometimes you have to just tell the truth. Like sometimes you just gotta tell the truth. Like the way it's playing out in Duca or whatever, in Mr. Guy, Celtics coach, he's gonna it's gonna come out bad for him. He's gonna come out on the short end of the stick. And this was and my thing is this was consensual.
Yes.
So there's no rapes. There's no nothing.
No.
This is
He
consensual.
was, yes,
Two
it was two adults,
consensual adults
consenting to whatever happened. Yes.
who both were
Both
involved with
wanted, yes,
others.
obviously they both wanted it. Yes.
No, I'm talking about they both are in
Adult.
relationships.
They I don't
Or
know the whole situation.
no, I'm
I'm
telling
hearing
you,
little
bro.
bits from
I'm
bits and
telling you, I'm
pieces.
bringing your breakdown right now.
Okay.
They both are in
Relationships. In
in
relationships.
relationships.
They
Whether
both
those relationships are situations, uh, publicity, whatever, but they're both engaged.
okay.
My thing is, it's nothing new. Like all these guys mess with somebody. You trying to say that not one cheerleader is messing with nobody from the entire organization? Like, what level am I allowed? Like, what level is he allowed to engage? Because everybody engage. We are any workplace. It happens. The law of attraction is the law of attraction. Whether it's right, wrong, or whatever, but the law, as long as it's consensual, then it's just two adults made a decision. And if that's the case, then both adults' names should be named because there's no victim. So she
So
should be named.
so why do you want, but it doesn't gain anything from her being named.
Why not? When it's a because this is what we got to clarify.
So
This
you don't want to. So you don't want to. So you looking at it as like, why is she not getting fired? Why is she not like?
dude.
Why doesn't she come forward?
If it was consensual, then this changes the whole dynamics that everybody's saying. If it wasn't consensual, you got to protect the parties. You got to be cautious. But this is two consensual adults. There's nothing to protect except for that they made a mistake. They got to deal with their lives on the outside with whatever situation they messed up.
Yes.
But as far as the whole picture, it just looks like he did some creep stuff. It's getting painted and it's getting put out there like he did some creep stuff. So I just want to know.
But again, it's always going to be painted as the man should have known better. Like he it's always going to be painted as he smooth talk or whatever it was. Listen, I know this. These are two adults. I understand this. I am on your side. I agree with you. But I'm just saying this is how people are going to perceive it. Like, oh, he's a smooth talker. He probably, like, I'm saying, not knowing that she probably already decided she was going to fuck him when she met him.
He was
So,
nice. He was a
anyway,
nice guy. He might have talked
anyway,
to her nicer than the average people that she's used to that say shut up. And like this is what I'm saying. Like,
we don't know the situation. We don't
dude, all
know.
I'm saying is from I've listened to like everybody that has something to say about this report. I listened to the report. I listened to the guy sit up there and say that he's gonna review it after the year before he fire him, which means he can't even get a job. You are destroying one while
His career.
protecting one,
Okay.
and they're
All
both
right.
consensual adults. I could see if it
All
was a
right.
joke. It's not Deshaun Watson. It's not
So,
none of that.
what you're saying, because we had this discussion earlier today on Snowman in the morning, and we felt powers that be don't want this black man as the head coach of the Boston Celtics. This
Man,
is this
I
is
think
something we
powers that
discussed. This is
all right,
something we discussed. This is just
and I think
it's not the
powers.
truth. It's just something we've discussed. Is this a possibility? Because we already know how Boston gets down.
Yeah. Now let me tell you the other possibility.
What?
The other possibility is he slept with one of them bosses' little thing, shorties, little daughters or niece or cousin, and they don't like
He might have laid down with the wrong one.
and they don't
Maybe
play
there's a
that.
possibility.
They
There's a
don't play
possibility.
interracial. Boston is not the city for interracial. You see what happened to Paul Pierce, man. They don't like niggas. They like you to dribble. They like you to win games. But they don't like you fraternizing with
With their
their
women,
people.
they don't want them fraternizing with their women.
They don't want you up in there talking nice to their women. That's all it takes these days is to be a gentleman. When so many men are just disgusting. When you got a whole bunch of
Listen,
men that treat women
we
the way they treat women.
not all men are like that.
I didn't say all. I said most. Most men in entertainment, in
You
sports.
really putting us down like that? Like you
No,
really
you
say
hear
men,
me. Let me
athletes?
finish.
Yes, athletes are dogs.
Most entertainers,
They're dogs.
any sports,
They're dogs.
and
But listen,
they all.
we understand these women be throwing themselves at them too.
All right, but I'm not here to victim blame.
I'm not victimizing
I'm
anybody.
just saying because I believe 85% of the time the woman plays a major factor in that. An ugly guy just not gonna go up to you and keep harassing you when he know that he's not gonna when you're not giving him no vibes. That's when you become. That's when it escalates to something worse. There's still there's
Anyway,
a I like, and this is what Dave Chappelle said that I think nobody really pay attention to. Sometimes you have to get off the bus and walk and leave whatever's on the bus on the bus. Sometimes you have to, and if you don't, then that's a choice, and that means you're willing to play whatever game is going down this road, whatever stop this bus stops at. If you don't get off the bus, you can't complain, and it's wrong. But as adults, when everybody sit here and say they adults, they free will, independent, all this stuff that you holler. Then when you make a mistake, you can't. There's no crutch for a person that's independent. There's no crutch for a person that's smart that makes a bad choice. You made a bad choice, like Brett Favre.
so you think
Made a bad
no, but that
choice.
you can't compare. This is apples and
No, but no,
oranges.
listen,
Like
nah.
what? Because here we're
We talking
talking
about
here.
ownership.
We're
I'm only
talking. Oh,
talking
wait,
about ownership
okay, but what I'm
of
saying,
your actions.
here we're talking about two consensual adults who, saying, got busy. That whole Brett Favre situation is he robbed the state
Yeah,
of
but they was consensual
Mississippi.
adults, and they did it together. They did it together, and now he's acting like he's a victim, and that's what I'm talking about. When there's parties involved, and this is adult parties and consensual parties and mutual agreements, then there's no. I didn't know. There's no. Oh, I didn't pay attention to that part. No, you are in it. Once you in it, you in it. And Brett Favre will be in denial. He'll probably get a slap on the wrist. And whoever this lady is going to get a slap on the wrist. But she's just as guilty as him.
And the former governor.
I'm talking to, man, they going to jail. I'm talking about these guys. I can't wait to see the news with them in handcuffs.
Anyway,
but what I'm saying with her is I listened to somebody try to like one of the commentators like came at Stephen A's head like he was wrong for pointing out that point that these are consensual adults. So why is one hiding? Why is one anonymous? Why is one not being? Y'all both was wrong because y'all cheated and broke the rules together willingly. Willingly. Yes. So it should be two people at the podium. Yeah. We can't protect everybody for everything.
But that's not how, but of course that's not how they're gonna do it. They have to embarrass the one they feel represents the more power.
All right. And now this is the Pandora's box.
So that she get fired as well.
No, I don't listen. They got caught. I would have did it way better. But yeah, sometimes you gotta know how to be a cheater.
All right.
He wasn't good at it, or whatever they was doing. She was the cheater because I don't know it. Well, listen, anyway, their situation. What I'm saying is Pandora's box is we will always, as men of color, will always be having to prove ourselves innocent or fight up the ladder because everybody else know they could blame us. And if we don't speak up for that, then that will be the way. But that's why I said he needs to speak up.
Okay.
Because you say
I agree. I agree.
He's gonna stay quiet. I agree with you 100%. He's gonna stay quiet for an organization
that's just throwing them under the bus. They're just gonna throw them under the bus. But anybody you work for, listen, you can always be replaced.
Celtics, I'm saying Celtics ain't being number one.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you can always be replaced as an employee. Yeah. He's an employee.
Yeah.
He broke their rules, got caught. But I feel, like you said, they both need to be up there on that podium.
It's not. If it was anything.
But again, we know why he's up on that podium.
Yeah, because he got caught, and when people get caught, the nigga did it. However you want to put it.
However you want to put it. Yeah.
This is the. I could get a pass if I point at him and say, "Yo, he advanced me," but in the beginning it's consensual. So now how you go? And then they asked, was there any allegations of does he have a history of this? Did you do your due diligence on the history of that? Does he have a pattern? Like they're making him into somebody. They're trying to
drag up dirt. They're trying to find if while he was in Brooklyn, was he laying pipe over here? Was he laying pipe over here?
All right, but what?
So they're trying to demonize him.
If it's consensual,
because they have to demonize him. They have to make him look bad.
Yeah, but I'm not.
We don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that.
I don't even think he should be suspended. Like, listen, like you said, it was two consensual adults. It's an embarrassment for him and his family. Yes.
And what about her and her family?
They're not getting embarrassed because we don't know who the hell she is.
And that's the problem I have.
Yes.
That's the problem I have when it's consensual. I gotta keep saying this word consensual because I know what that means.
And yet they making him look like the villain.
Yeah, they're making him look like.
And I agree with you. I agree. Listen, it is. Listen, he's cheated. It is an embarrassment to him and his family. But now y'all doing this extra stuff. Now he's getting suspended for a year. You got to do a review, whatever. No, man. Listen, I get it.
I'm calling this one time and I'm saying it out loud. I need Robert Kraft to get suspended. We got to do this all the way across the board. I need all these weirdos.
Well, you got to understand. Well, the dude in Phoenix is going to sell the team.
I mean, Brett Favre.
He's suspended for a year.
Brett Favre made the Hall of Fame.
So you want him to get kicked out?
And he was sending penis shots to women when he was on the Jets. I'm just
disagreeing with
saying.
you.
T.O. went through a lot to get into the Hall of Fame, and Brett Favre showed penis when it was documented, and he still walked into the Hall of Fame, the Golden Boy or the Golden Child. Like, son, I
You're
told you I'm
not gonna get an
so.
argument from me.
I
I
know.
agree with you. Like,
This ain't for you. This
I
ain't for
know.
you. This is for the listeners. This is for the listeners, man. I'm telling you, man, this is not right. It's all
And
fun and
I
games
agree with you.
until it's your son.
I
It's
agree
all
with
fun
you.
and games until it's your daughter or something like that. That now, no, we can't. This is why it's so hard, because everybody picks sides according to who it is and whatever. Deshaun,
Hold
Robert
on. Let's take a quick
Kraft.
break. We'll be right
Yeah,
back.
I go in on that. I'm gonna take a break. Let's change the subject for our rip these
Oh, we're
guys.
not done. We're not done because this episode is all about that. All right.
I want to show that attainability. I want to show the accessibility of this kind of lifestyle.
From social media to having conversations with friends and family, you always have to put on face and say face.
What brings a smile to my face is the one person that totally believes in me, and that's my beautiful wife, Jody.
I just had to stop because I didn't value myself. I didn't love myself. And it's like, I have to learn to love myself.
Changing the world one conversation at a time. This is Revelations.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, Wize.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast.
All right, then we're back. Okay, so we was discussing Ime Udoka, his suspension, and how we feel that he's being portrayed as the villain. Like, he's the one up on the podium. He's the one over there has to apologize to the fans, apologize to his family, and again, the other person who is it was a consensual relationship. It wasn't like he forced himself upon her. It was consensual. Yet we don't know if she's getting fired. Her family's not being embarrassed. Her family's not getting caught through the news and all that. People magazine isn't talking about her family. Again, why is it that this man, he's a man of color, in a city that we know don't like black people? It's not nothing new. It's not nothing new, man.
Nah, that's not nothing new.
It's not. Players say it all the time.
Get off the bus, man. That's what I want people to start understanding, that it makes it harder for us as men, as minorities, majority, whatever you want to call us. But it makes it harder to dude, I don't even be wanting to like flirt with girls. Like, just because, man, it's just
and it's crazy,
dangerous, son.
And it's crazy now because of the
But
time.
we ain't even got no money. If we had money, oh my God, I'd probably be like, oh man, I even want to say that out loud on TV yet. I don't know how it'd be, but I know this dating is hard, it's dangerous. Like, it's a game now. If you ain't getting sued, it's like a lawsuit era. We in a lawsuit era. Like, everybody wants to take somebody to court or fire somebody behind.
Yeah.
If you ain't committing a real evil act,
again, listen,
if it's not an evil act, man, you can't suspend somebody for a year because he laid pipe. Good,
bro. You know how many people should be fired then if that's the case? If you know how many people we haven't sleeping with each other, like how many affairs happen at jobs?
Why they make it seem like this is like, oh my God,
let's not act like Isaiah Thomas and Stephon Marbury wasn't laying pipe all over Madison Square Garden when that bullshit happened.
Robert Kraft and them laid pipe. I don't know if they lay it, but they pull it out. I don't know what they do with it when they pull it out.
Yeah.
But for some reason, everybody's got their hands.
When you find out Jerry Jones had an illegitimate daughter out there, nobody was asking for him to tell the team or none of that.
Listen, everybody's doing it, but he can't be.
So the fact that he slept with a white woman,
I don't know if she's white.
Oh,
I'm just assuming.
You just assume.
For the when I looked at their face, it just looked like they was hurt, man. I know. Listen, dude, they was hurt, son. I watched that, man. Both of them was sitting there like this. Yo, hurt. They looked like, as they had to answer that, they just wanted to like smack this dude. That's what I got from that little.
So we don't know who exactly. Well, we're not gonna know who she is because they don't want to embarrass her or her family.
And if I was him,
but yet again,
I was him.
His family and everybody has to endure this media coverage. Okay,
I'm introducing.
You blowing it up?
What?
You saying names?
What?
You saying names?
What? I am saying her name, yo.
Wow, you gonna be a snitch?
Consensual. It's not a snitch now.
But why are you gonna? So you're not snitch. So you're just gonna just drop down.
Drugs. We can't use snitch. We can't use snitching if it ain't drugs.
So the fact
it ain't even crime life. Don't hit me with snitching.
All right, cool, fine. You're not snitching, but
as a citizen.
But I'm saying as a man, and like I'm saying you're gonna sleep in, you're gonna kiss and tell, basically.
She told the wrong story. Of course I'm talking.
She told? You think she's the one who told?
Dude, how else? How else did they get caught?
Somebody else could have found somebody else. Somebody else could have heard. Like, hey, I heard Ime smashing this chick. I heard he's smashing.
And this is called math. If she wasn't, and we've been in a lot of days.
Listen, whatever it is, it could be like, I heard Ime smashing and such an accountant or such and such in the mailroom. Who knows?
If I got a company and I know that a couple of people they think
smashing,
but they smashing.
Yeah.
As long as it's not nobody that I care about, we're gonna talk about this.
So you thinking he smashed the wrong one?
That's what I'm telling you, man.
So you thinking he smashed?
Anger that I saw?
You thinking he smashed the wrong one? And they're like, dude, you should have smashed her. You could have smashed anybody else but her.
Come on, everybody knew Phil Jackson was sleeping with Jeannie Buss.
Yeah.
So it don't matter what they do anyway. He was a part of them for a minute. You trying to say when he was working there, they stopped smashing?
No, he was smashing.
Okay, so everybody does it.
But they ain't got nothing to do. How you gonna compare Phil Jackson and Jeannie Buss?
Because it's still in the company. It's still fraternizing.
She owned the company.
All right, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not that serious.
But not every company has the same rules.
Okay, and Boston definitely have nigga, don't touch this, don't touch that, don't touch that. That's Boston. That's how I feel. That's where I'm staying. That's Boston.
If we have anybody who does watch the show from Boston.
No disrespect to all the Boston people. But
we mean it.
That city got this rep. New York City got a rep of dudes robbing and shooting each other, and Boston
we ain't got the rep. We are black.
Yeah, Boston has a different rep. They have the Paul Pierce. They had the what's the other?
Bill Russell. Bill Russell. He talked about it. Yes.
Listen, Boston. Even the baseball players say it. Like, come on, man. In all sports, Boston is not. That's why I would never go to a Boston Bruins. I would never go to a Bruins game. You crazy? They'll kill you. The States. I go in there with a Rangers jersey.
Man, I hope you don't get in trouble for this.
I'm just saying, man. Everybody got a right.
Listen,
that ain't bad. I ain't saying that.
It's not. We're not stating anything that's not true.
Yeah, that's
Boston,
it.
Boston has that rap. Like I'm saying, we know.
And I'm telling you,
we from the East Coast. We know what's going on. We know.
I'm telling you, people need to get off the bus, man, because this ain't gonna get any prettier. We got either we ain't gonna never be together, and it's just gonna be men of all colors versus the world, because we are the scapegoat. We are the villains. They make us the villains. They make it that we, oh my God, she.
But I agree with you. I agree. I think, how is it that he's up there on the podium and that, again?
And my key thing for that point right there is consensual. That's called, if I get in trouble, if we get caught.
Yo, and listen, it's crazy because this Sean has got lawsuits coming out the yang, 40-something lawsuits. He gets 11 games. My man get the whole year
for not even
for smashing, for consensual smashing.
What about the one that got a year for making a bet? You get more time. You get more time for everything under the sun except raping and beating women in sports.
Well, Ray Rice show you that you might never have a career again.
He got reinstated way faster than.
But he ain't never really play.
It don't matter. He was reinstated.
He really.
That means
really
the punishment.
Nobody wanted to touch him.
It don't matter what they wanted to do. They reinstated him a lot earlier.
Listen,
a dude makes a bet in football, gets a year.
A whole year.
Atlanta.
A whole year. Yeah.
Consensual sex, a year, and you still get fired.
And more than likely get fired. Yes. And more than likely get fired.
The owner of
and the crazy shit is, right? The crazy shit is the Boston Red Sox, right? Fired him, Joey Cora, after the big scandal with the Houston Astros, where they got caught cheating, and he was a coach there, right? So he becomes the manager of Boston, wins a championship, right? Do you think had Udoka won the championship last year, they would be suspending him for this year?
Yeah.
You think if he would have won a championship,
he touched the wrong woman?
But you don't think a championship would have smoothed that out?
Nothing. When you don't like a nigga, you don't like a nigga.
You don't think a championship would have smoothed that out?
Championship would have made it all good until right now.
Interesting.
The championship would have been months ago. They would have celebrated already.
But how do we know this didn't happen months ago?
They said this has been like prior to like January. This goes back to January.
All right. See? So he was smashing before they even thought about going up. They even thought about the finals.
As soon as the season over, they got him. They got on him. As soon as the season over, hold up. We got a bone to pick with you. Before the new season, we have a bone. We have to do some extra homework, put mad pressure on this woman, find out her side, let her tell it the way we want her to tell it. Here you go.
So
I've been in the system.
You thinking that? Well, we already discussed it. Somebody's out to get him.
This is personal, man. This ain't. There's no. I'm sorry. There's no 6 months.
So he's just lame. So instead of suspending them, they should just fire him, right?
But they not, because then he could go get a job.
Because they know somebody's gonna scoop him up.
No, we're gonna drag you first, and then we're gonna fire you.
They're gonna have him sit out a year.
Every time his name get mentioned, it's gonna be mentioned ugly, and then nobody's ever gonna want to touch him.
Nah, I know a team that might touch him.
The Nets.
Yeah, see,
take him back. See what happened when you send somebody to Boston, New York. See what you do to us. See what you do to us. Yo, it's insane, yo. It's not funny, but it's insane, yo. And that's what I'm saying. All right, cool. I had mad jobs where I was sexually harassed by women. On the job. Since that's the word that we could use now. So, but come on, son. Come on, son. Like,
who's gonna believe that, right?
And that's the sad part. You should believe that.
You can't be harassed at work.
You can't, man. I used to flip stuff, man, and feel somebody touch my butt. I felt violated. I mean, I didn't, because I knew they was cute, so it didn't bother me. But overall, it's still a violation, and men get violated every day. And there's nothing we could do to fix that. There's nothing that anybody cares to do to fix that narrative. But every time a man, even when it's consensual, which is baffling to me.
All right, so
I could agree to sleep with somebody.
So, like, this is a discussion we had earlier. we're like, damn, he cheated on Nia Long. But damn, what Nia do? Like what Nia do? Like, was it whack? Saying the head,
like Halle Berry.
Saying was the
she could be like Halle Berry and what's her name? They don't have sex a lot, man. They're not.
Could that be? Could it be that? Could it be that he's not getting the box all the time? He's not getting that slobber knocker.
But either way it was, they had to understand it. Because if you're not giving me no box and we stay married, then there's an understanding that I'm going to get some box.
True.
There's an understanding. That's what I'm saying.
We don't know.
You have to expose the understanding.
We don't know these celebrity marriages and stuff like that. We don't know how
this is why they
be having their little rules and like, yo, you're not giving me none. All right, well, I'm gonna go smash.
Yeah, you know they got actors on deck. They got entertainers on
They got
deck.
stunt doubles. They got
entertainers. They definitely have stunt doubles. That's what we're gonna call them now. Stunt double.
Stunt double.
You acting up? Stunt double. Come in. Call him in. Time out. Cut. Let's get this guy out of here. We're gonna use the stunt double. I'm telling you, man, it's hard to they making it so that everything is wrong. Any type of interaction with a woman is wrong on a man's part. And that is scary. When you think about it in the long run, and they're like, it's cool now, we laughing and joking. And I've been telling you this, like when I say I'm pro-man, it's not anti-anything. It's just, come on, man. There's some good guys out here that's working hard, that's doing right. And this wave of how much you make and you got to prove that you're worthy to mess with.
That's something we've always discussed is they have no value of us.
Nothing.
No, like if we don't do such X, Y, and Z, then we're not worth anything. Regardless of what I'm saying. Unless you're making six figures and this and you're not a man, or you're not this. So we have these things that, like, yo, listen, that's not what defines us. What we do and what we earn doesn't define us.
We're in a lawsuit era and a era of attack anybody that opposes or anybody that is a free thinker. Free will. To have consensual sex is free will. There's no coercion on one side. I didn't convince you to have sex with me. I didn't convince you. I'm not that, but I'm a basketball coach. We probably talk in spurts because we sneaking. So we ain't talking in spurts every day. We ain't talking in spurts in front of the team. It's just, what can men do then? If we can't talk to women at work, we can't talk to women in the street, we can't flirt with women because they say they're being harassed, we can't do nothing but spend our money on them. Sounds crazy. It sounds crazy, but that's just the pitch. Like, if you ain't spending money, cállate. That's it. You can't say nothing. Yeah. You ain't no better than a blow-up dog. Like, what are they doing to men? Like, this is what I'm saying. I really look at men. We're gonna
take a quick break.
I'm just saying, I'm trying to keep it real.
All right, we'll be right back.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
Steph Curry, Tim Anderson, Yordan Alvarez, and it's caught. Debo Samuel with the catch. Michael Jordan consensus. The Fro just got the king.
BS3 Network.
The hottest of hot takes. The coldest of cold hard facts. This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. Weekdays at 8 a.m. Eastern. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
All right, so we're back, and all right, so we're still on this Ime Udoka nonsense because we just don't get it, man. I don't like Bill Clinton was president, and he got to keep his job.
Ha! I'm just saying, man. This is history in the making. This is history. Nothing new under the sun. History repeats itself. It just sucks that we still play along and we still on the bus. Well, not we. I got off the bus. And it's hard off the bus. But you know what? Free.
All right. So I got to plug NFC Beast. That's our show with a bunch of guys. Me, Ben, BS3, actually Ben Cedric the third from the BS3 network. Cool McCain, Sam Shady, Couch Coach. Big shout out to everybody. We're gonna introduce our Cole intros. That's what they call now. They call Cole intros because Cole is just producing intros for everybody out there. That was our intro that he produced for us. So thank you. Big shout out to my man Cole Johnson.
Big shout out to Cole.
Yeah, man. Like that intro was fire. I was like, yeah. And a lot of the promos we do actually, most of the commercials we have is a Cole production, is a Comey production. So we dealing with some talented people.
Each one teach one. That's how I.
Oh yeah, my brother's always passing on nuggets for me. He's the one I send after I record the episodes. I usually send it to him, get his opinion, but that's how you learn, man. That's how we improve and we make better content is from learning from each other. But yeah, this man, this brother, we can't help, man. We know he's a lame duck coach. He is suspended for a year. Next year they're gonna fire his ass. But Ime Udoka, if we had a like a jackass of the week or some shit, you would definitely be him.
Nah,
because
he's in the same week with the Brett Favre news.
Nah, Brett Favre was last week though.
That's still lame.
Brett Favre would have been jackass of the week last week.
Oh yeah. Man, he got this week by himself then.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
They coming weekly. That's the scary part. The jackasses is coming out. It's like Jack in the Box right now. Oh, I can't believe as the world turns. Consensual is killing me. Like when you get fired for consensual, it's like
listen. We're almost done with this episode because it's frustrating to see that consensual adults agree to I guess you can say it's an inappropriate relationship by whatever standards you want to look at it.
What is a relationship?
Again, it's two adults.
What is a relationship these days? Everything is over. There's a lot of Will Smith.
Damn, you can't sleep with your coworker no more. You got a risk of getting fired. Come on. How many days back in the days? How many affairs was people having? Like how many secretaries was getting smashed?
Sleeping with the neighbor next door and the milkman. It's been in history. The milkman, you're the milkman's baby. It was mad sayings like that. Like the milkman came to drop off the milk and mommy was there and daddy was at work.
So how is it that this man is losing his job like for a year?
Because nobody really wants to focus on.
Y'all really want to go? Y'all want to really go with the moral compass here? Seriously?
What is a relationship?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, what? I want to know what's the issue. Is there a moral issue? What is the problem?
There's levels to relationships. Some people like them open. Some people like monogamy. Some people, there's relationships. Once we got it.
But obviously, she decided to also step out of her relationship. So again, our issue is with the fact that he is being villainized as the culprit. It's his fault. And it shouldn't be that way.
Shit.
I'm saying he shouldn't get suspended. He should learn how to keep his thing in his pants. That's for sure. Well, I'm saying.
Why? If it's consensual. This is what I'm saying. If you got to keep it in your pants when it's not consensual, when it's consensual and they tell you to keep it in your pants, then
maybe if you should have followed company guidelines and not have an inappropriate relationship.
Dude.
Like if you want to smash her, be like, yo, boo, you got to quit. You know what I'm saying, and then we can smash.
I'll need to see if it says in there, do not mess with any employee of this company. That's different. Sexual harassment is in every company.
It's not sexual harassment.
All right. So then in what company in the world do they tell you you cannot at all mess with another partner? It's not like they were sleeping in the stadium.
He might have smashed it at the office.
I definitely would have smashed it on the court. But I'm just saying. Listen, but that would have been me. But I know the rules. And not everybody's fortunate enough to have a female that could know to, like, this is the game. This is the game. I ain't telling on you. Don't tell on me. Under any pressure. Because if you tell on me under pressure, it's only right as a man that I stand and defend myself. And in order to defend myself, I have to be very transparent about what happened.
So you naming names.
I'm telling the story.
We've already discussed this. We've discussed that you're saying names.
I'm a podcaster. Of course, I gotta get.
We already said. You already know. You said you was gonna say names.
Yeah, I am, because I'm a citizen. I'm no longer a drug.
We already know. You said you was gonna name names.
If she tells,
you gotta beat that. Obviously, she told. Obviously,
right. That's the same thing I say when I say, yo, when I do my lives, I'm not here to combat with people. If you jump on my live and say something crazy, then I tell a story. Your actions dictate my actions.
Hi, that's special guest Taino. That's Taino. Don't worry, he's all good. But we're about to close this up, man. But
yeah, it's just it's weird how it's just ugly. Like, what can we do?
It's not much we can do.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't. So you can't talk to a co-worker in NFL. You could throw women on guns. You could punch women in the elevator. You could do all that.
But again, it's two different leagues. It's two different leagues. And again,
sports, entertainment, everybody.
You can use the N-word 5 times, have a misogynistic workplace, get suspended $10 million, get suspended for a year, and fine $10 million.
You can rob from the poor. Like, this is the NFL. This is their shield.
This is NBA though. This is the NBA we're talking about now.
They all on this. Look, they just got different. It's like the United States government. Then you have CIA and. That's what NBA, NFL is. And I'm going to give you my breakdown of this. Sports to me is no different now that things are so in front of you than just the movie Gladiator. So yes, you have NBA, Gladiators. You have NFL, Gladiators. You got hockey, Gladiators. You got tennis, Gladiators. They are gladiators. That means they're
the modern day entertainment, yes,
and modern day slave,
modern day entertainment. But the difference to money, because they get paid well.
They still slaves.
Some of them get paid well to play a fucking kids game.
You're a slave to when you become a slave to your job, where you're scared to walk away when it's affecting your mental or your integrity. You're a slave. You're no different than a gladiator. You can't go nowhere. You free to roam, but you're gonna come back.
This is a completely different episode now.
I'm just saying, like, that's how I view sports now.
I think the next show is gonna have to be discussed on. This is gonna have to be discussed.
Look,
a little bit further.
They did this to me, man. I used to love football. I used to love watching sport, and they make it so hard to just. All I want to do after a hard day's work is watch sports. I don't need to hear all this.
So you basically telling them shut up and dribble.
You know, you picked the job. I didn't pick that job. Just stop making all these words seem wrong. They know what they got to do. They could speak up, but they don't speak up for everything. They know when to shut up. Some of them shut up and dribble. Some of them speak, depending on what it is and how much money is involved and what endorsement deal they can lose. Determines how much you're going to shut up and how much you're going to dribble and how much you're going to talk. They chose that profession. We all have professions where you got to do where you got to play along. I'm not mad at them for playing along. I'm just saying, come on, man. You're going to just destroy black men athletes. You're going to destroy black men coach. You don't want coaches in there anyway. So now, you can't even get a job without feeling like that. Like, then stop. Why are we even entertaining and helping these conglomerates when they don't care? Stop, take a year off. You ain't saved your money? Because I know there's mad poor people that they got years of being poor. You had years of making money. You can't put your foot down? I don't want to hear you talk for me. You don't even know me. I don't want to hear that. Like, I'm not feeling bad for them, just like they don't feel bad for us. One reason why they feel bad for Mississippi is because it's one of the poorest states. But in the reality, the governor didn't feel bad. Brett Favre ain't feel bad, and the organizations that be supposed to help the people don't feel bad. So you got to walk away. I can't support this whole entire shield.
Okay,
I got to step away.
This will be the topic of another show.
Yeah, let's leave. Yeah, we're going. This makes me go in. I can go in.
This is going to be another topic of another show. Boy. I don't have that time right now.
They lucky.
But this was another episode of Papi Jae Wize El Jefe. Check us out on the BS3 network, Real Wise TV. Check me out on Snowman in the mornings every Thursday and Friday. But check them out every day.
Check them out every day.
Definitely.
Well, share.
Yeah, share, like. We need y'all definitely share and like. Definitely like every show that we shout out. Shout out to every show on the BS3 network. Check out the BS3 network on YouTube as well. Check us out on Roku, the BS3 network. Download it. If you have a Roku TV, you can download it on your Roku TV. Download BS3 network. Check out they have some great shows on there. And you can check out Papi Jae. You got Revelations. You have Snowman in the morning on there every morning, Monday through Friday. You have Three Queens and a King with King Dawkins. That's a dope podcast. It's some great content. I forgot. There's so many shows.
Daddy.
Huh?
Ari and Daddy.
I think yes, that's one of the shows.
That's one of them.
There's quite a few shows. I gotta really look at the schedule and definitely start promoting more of the shows that we have that's on the network. And man, listen, man, we're having a great time being on the part of this network. I'm looking forward to next year's BS3 Awards that hopefully is going to be live and in person. And I'm definitely looking forward to going down to Dallas.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll just keep putting that out there.
Yeah, that's it. We'll put it out there.
Just keep putting that energy out there. But we appreciate everybody's support, man. Got anything to say before you leave, man?
Nah. I mean, I don't got nothing to say, man. I just say I hope we all get it together soon.
Yeah, real soon.
I hope we all get it together soon, man.
And here's that intro that's done by my man Cole Johnson. So peace out.